Hello, welcome to Just Prime. As part of this video, we are going to see how to use the escape sequences in case of Python programming when you are generating some of the output either into the console or into the file. So these escape sequences are very useful in terms of generating the proper output into the console or file or log. So without wasting the time, let's get started. A simple example. So with the help of that, we are trying to understand the escape sequences, what are the different scenarios, what are the different types, and how to use them. Okay, so let me start a simple new program or with the help of our Python notebook. Okay, so this is our new Python notebook I have created. So let me give some name, escape sequence demo. So this is the new Jupyter notebook setup I have created. In case if you don't have this setup, so I will recommend you to visit my previous video so that you will get proper installation and setup and how to use it. Okay, so let's get started. So if you see here, if you want to print some of the simple content, how we are going to use it, you can use the print statement. You can write welcome to just fine. So this is the way so far we are writing the content, we are displaying it, right? It's displaying properly, we don't have any issues. Say for instance, I just want to write another single one more simple statement to add it, saying that this is world's best video. So I just want to add welcome to Chess Prime and another statement. So this is world's best video, right? I want to print the output. If you see here, what is happening here, I'm getting an error saying that unterminated string literal, right, detected at line number 1. So I'm not getting the output for this print statement, right? So what is the issue here? So if you closely observe here, so it's pointing out into the line number 1, and in line number 1 we have all the characters and one dot. So dot also working in the previous video, right? So now the issue is here, you can see a single quote. So this is the issue it's causing, right? So when the entire string is terminated with single quote, you cannot add another single quote in the middle. Okay, there is a two ways we can solve the issue. One is you can enter here double quotes and then run the program again back, so you can get the output. So the point here, what you have to take it, when the string is terminated with the double quotes, so inside the string you can able to add the single quote, right? So this is the one of the way we can solve the problem. Now second example, let me come back here. Now I want to go back to same way, let me copy as it is. Okay, now instead of single quote I want to add double quote. Just assume there is a scenario, run the program, what will happen? Again you are getting an issue. Though if I say here the string is need to be terminated with double quotes, it's working for single quote, right? But when the same string is terminated with double quotes, when in between I am trying to put the double quotes, it's failing. So how to solve it? So in this case you can use single quote termination, then you will be getting the proper output without any issue. Got it? So this is one of the way to solve it. When the string is terminated with double quotes, you can able to put single quote. When the string is terminated with single quote, you can able to put double quote in the center, right? So this is one of the use cases, but here we are not using any escape sequences, we are managing the double quotes, single quotes. So without using this single quote, double quote, what is the another way to usage it? So the another way to usage is we are going to use the escape sequences. Whenever you want to use the example, you can use here single quote and print it's failing. So to solve that issue, what you have to use, you have to use the escape sequences. So this is the way you can write whichever single quote, double quote you want to display, you can put over here escape sequences and run the program, you will be getting the output, right? So this is one of the use cases. Now let me print double quotes also, right? So you are getting the output, right? So this is one of the use case of escape sequences. We can able to add single quote or double quote in the sentence when we want to print the content into the console, right? Now let's get see the another output, another escape sequences. Example, I want to print my directory. Example, let me go to the Python. This is my Python programming. I want to print over here. So run the output. You can see over here. So what we are getting here. So here you are getting a lot of issues saying that the syntax is invalid with escape sequences. Okay, now let me give another example. Instead of just prime, example, assume we have here nest prime and run it. What will happen? See here it's getting an issue, right? So what it's getting here, what is the issue here? So when you see here, so when we are trying to print slash after that followed by some of the characters, so you are getting an issue, right? You are getting an issue. What is the different types of characters it's allowing? Why it's not taking slash n? So that is the main thing we have to use. We have to understand it. So basically after slash followed by a character called escape sequences. So first we need to see what is the different types of valid escape sequence are available, and then we will understand when to use it, what is the advantages. So you can just go to Google. So you can come back here. So just go to any of the uh, program and you can see here these are the lot of escape sequences are available. You can see slash n, slash t, slash r, slash b. So now we are going to use the slash n. So there is different types of escape sequence are available. We are just going to use the slash n and just give the space. What will happen? So still it's not allowing, but still you are getting the output. If you see, observe closely, right? So you are getting the output. So in this case you are not getting the output because slash n is not a valid escape sequence. Escape sequences, when you are trying to use it after slash, the Python interpreter will use an escape sequence character, but in this case you are not using any valid escape sequences. So that's the reason it's failing. It's not able to execute this program. So for that, what you can use it. So if you want to still print that one, you have to use another slash, then run the program. What will happen? So now you can see here you can able to print your output as it is. Why? Because slash n it is thinking it's a valid escape sequence, but slash capital N is not a valid escape sequences. So that's the reason whenever you are getting this kind of issue, whenever you want to print something, you have to add slash followed by the content, then it will work, right? So this is one of the way to print the escape sequences. Again it is trying to say here, so it's not a valid escape sequence, so you can add over here and then print. So now you can see you can able to print your content exactly without seeing any issues. So whenever you are trying to use slash, so you have to use the a proper another slash. In case if you don't have any proper escape sequences. The proper escape sequences are over here. If you see /n/r/t, so these are the escape sequences, but these are not escape sequences, but still you want to use slash for your directory display, right? So this is one of the use case. Whenever we are getting these kind of issues and you want to print something slash followed by your thing, then you can use double slash so that you will not be getting any issues. Now let's come back to the another scenario. Now let's get started. This is the scenario you are trying to print. See, if you see here, right, so whenever you see /n and then followed by some of the content, your content, if you see closely observe, my directory d colon is coming to the next line. So what is that meaning here? Though I am not printing in second line, my intention is not to print in second line, but it is coming into second line because this is the escape sequence we are trying to use it over here. If you see here, right, so the escape sequences /n meaning a new line. Whenever you are trying to use /n in your print statement, so the remaining content will come into the next line. So that is the escape sequence. But still, if you don't want to come into the next line, you have to print escape sequence, then come back here, run. Then your content will come into the same line, right? If you want to use the real escape sequence, you can use only single slash. If you don't want to use, then put double slash, right? Now come back to the original use case of escape sequences. Now let me write. So I want to print this line in, let me run and show. So if you see here, this line is coming in a single line, but I don't want to come everything in single line. My intention is want to print this one into the second line. How to print it? Generally, if you want to print it, then what you have to do, you have to write two different lines. So this is one line and this is second line. Now run and you can see the output, but I don't want to write two statements. I want to combine everything in one statement, right? So in that case you can use the escape sequences. Still it is coming in one line, so what you have to do, you have to use the escape sequence called /n and then try to run your output. You can see your first till here getting one line and the remaining part is coming in second line. So basically what we are trying to do is here, so the /n will place the content into the second line. So this is called as a new line character, or /n is a new line escape sequence. So we have already seen single quote, double quote, how to use it, slash followed by, and if you want to exclude escape sequences, you can use one more backslash. If you want to put new line, you can use the new line character. Now let's come back to the another use case. So if you see here, in this case, two print statements are coming, two different line, but I'm expecting this line should come in the same line. So how to do that one? So for that one, you have used another one called /r and then come back here. Sorry, not /n, example one. Let me take this content into the same place. We can use another sequence. Let me run it. So if you see here, right, so it's coming here. After dot, I want to give some standard space. If you want to give, generally we have to type here and we have to run here. Instead of typing manually, if you want to use, you can use /t and then you can run your program and you can see over here. So what you are seeing over here, you are seeing is a space. This is called tab. So if you want to get an additional space, then you can use the tab, right? So this is the usage of tab. Similarly, there are many different escape sequences are available, like backslash, carriage return. You can use all those things in your example. Let me try another one. So let me run it. So this is the way you can use all different types of escape sequences. You can use single quote, backslash, Newline character, tab, right? So you can explore all those things, how to use them, right? I think that's all about this video. If you like the video, you can subscribe the channel for more subsequent updates, and thank you so much.